Something like that. Of course, seats don't work like they're supposed to, but it works kind of like, it's like I said, it's like a homage to soccer. If you look on my Twitch channel page, scroll down in the info section, there is a resource listing, and at the very bottom there's a link to the thread that explains how the game works. There's every class has 3 skills they can use to affect the ball. There's a listing, there's a link to it to explains all the different skills that each class can use and how they affect the ball. You know, like each class has 3, and I think one gives it a short movement, the second one is a medium movement, and the third one is a long movement. But if you use one that shoots the ball further, there's more penalty included with that. Maybe you have a longer lockout before you can hit the ball again, that kind of thing. And it's just, I don't know, you know, like ranged players, even though, you know, they have a really far reach with their skills, in the game, they actually have to be pretty close to the ball, more or less equal as to how a melee player would work it. Everybody has to be within certain distance before their skills actually affect it. So it doesn't give anybody any huge advantage over another player just because of the distance they supposedly have in range for their particular spell. So she's kind of worked it out, and she's still, you know, modifying it as she gets feedback from players as to how to adjust things to kind of make it fair for everybody. But yeah, it's a really interesting. There's also a demo video at the link that I give, so if you want to see it in action, since we don't actually have anybody playing. But she's got the add-on set up in a way so that each time a goal is scored, there's like some blue smoke that pops up, and of course the scoreboard changes as well. And it you can play for whoever gets 1 point, 3 points, all the way up to 9 points. So you can make the game as long as you want. And I think she suggests the most you want on a team is 4 versus 4. I don't know if she's gone above that. I know it's probably possible, but I think it'd probably be like so many people, it would just make a mess. But usually it's like 1 versus 1, 3 versus 3, something like that. So yeah, I think we'll go with the idea of using the benches. It also means I have to use fewer of them because I could probably squeeze in comfortably about 5 per section, I think. 5 or 6. 5 sounds good. I like the odd. I don't know. Oh, I am. So, still not working right, so I won't be able to check the size, but I think that'll work. So what we need to do is just extend this on out, and hopefully that will work out nicely. What I may do is incorporate another set of stairs like this right in the center, and then have one on the end so that there's 3 ways that people can go in up and down, so they don't have to. Of course, most people will just probably jump across it all, but you know, you want to make it look nice, so that'll work. So let's see, do I have any of those left? Yes, I do. So we'll just use those up. I'm actually using the creator of the Wildball games add-on. This is another one of hers. If you're really into housing, that is definitely one you want to get yourself, because that is a super handy time saver. In fact, here I might be able to, let's see, let me just close this off. I might be able to show you what I mean by being able to affect the ball. Now you'll see it's making me say that stuff. And then when it says play, then I should be able to go out and start hitting the ball. And if you look at where the teleporter is, you'll see as it moves, you can see that it's actually telling the system to relocate the ball in accordance to the spell I'm using. So I'm using just moving it around, and then goes in the direction that I happen to be facing. There's different things, and then when I make a score, it's like yay, and then of course the scoreboard changes. So now I've got 1 point, and then it resets. And that's it. Just kind of how it works. But like I said, I have to be on the plot to get the add-on to perform like it's supposed to do. Now, the music actually changes, but I think I have to be on my alt to be able to get that part of it to work. She has it set up so that there's it changes the music settings as well, so that it plays one tune while you're just doing the regular game, and then when somebody makes a goal, it changes to like a celebratory tune. But because I'm on my main and not on the alt, I can actually modify those bits of the house. Roommates don't have access to that. It's giving me an error here, but it doesn't affect the game itself. It's just that it won't change the music. So if you want like the full effect, I'd have to get on my alt for that. But that's basically what it is. And like I said, every class has its own set of skills that they can use to affect the ball, and how that relates to, you know, there's team lockouts involved and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, the people that I've had come by and give it a try have done nothing but rave about it. So hopefully it'll catch on. More folks will give it a shot, and we'll see. I may become quite popular, more than, you know, maybe I already am. Which is kind of scary in its own right. Let's see, let's pop up her add-on again. Now I could do the difference thing and just kind of pop it out that way, but I think that's too much of my brain power being used up, so I'm just going to go the traditional way. So yeah, it wasn't a very exciting just watching me run around hitting the ball, but that's essentially how it is. But I imagine I know on NA entity realm, for the NA players, they've been having tournaments, and I think she runs her field like 5 or 6 times a week, kind of give people plenty of opportunity to try it out, and there's always people that want to play. And of course she plays it herself quite a bit, so she's happy to keep it going, whereas I will probably just be mostly spectator. I'll be the traditional coach. I won't be out on the field. I'll just be on the sidelines telling them, go team. I don't know why it pops out weird sometimes. Very strange. Oops. But yeah, Bones, when you're back home and you want to give it a try, feel free to drop by and see how it is, you know, in person, how it, you know, plays out. Because I'm sure you would enjoy it. and you know, maybe pass the word to your guild if you're in one. I don't know if you are or not. I imagine Samson, when he gets to feeling better after his hand injury, he will probably bring some pals over to play a few games. Oh, did they? Would they just abandon you? That's so sad. Why didn't you go with them? I mean, I'm glad you didn't, but I'm curious as to why they all left and you decided to stick back. Was it because of your housing? Were you already attached to your plots and stuff? I imagine if you transferred, that all doesn't go with you. It might, I don't know, but I just have that suspicion. Maybe it's just faction that I'm thinking of, you know, when you change faction. 2-person strong on a good day. That sounds like my WoW guild. I, in a strange roundabout way, became the guild leader of a Czechoslovakian kind of Polish/Czech guild or something. Oh, hush, cowboy. That's just you talking nonsense. But most of them went to, I guess it was Star Wars: The Old Republic, back during the Cataclysm part of WoW, and so I was kind of left in charge, and I was pretty much there by myself most of the time. Every now and then, one of them would kind of drop by and pay a visit, but that was the most of it. And I think they're still there to this day, just playing around with Star Wars. They do all their raiding there and everything. Oh, well, that's so sad, Bones. I'm sorry to hear that. Who did they leave in charge? I mean, did they give you ownership of it, or did they just kind of leave the guild head and that way you can't even add anybody? That would be bad. Of course, maybe you enjoy the quiet, you know. With just 2 people in the guild, there's hardly any chance for drama, you know. That's always a consideration. You don't want that guild drama. I've had my fair share of that. Well, fiddly-hoo. Well, I think that looks alright. But I thankfully have found a guild that the leader is pretty adamant about keeping the guild clear of all of that kind of mess. You know, you have your good days and bad days, but generally speaking, I've been very thankful that I took the leap again, because I for a while in the beginning of WildStar, I kind of steered clear of that because I'd gotten into a guild in the beta and they had all these big plans and everybody was gonna, you know, go through the whole launch and everything together, and I don't know, it just they kind of split in half. You had those that wanted to stay more casual and those that were, you know, adamant about getting really into the raiding, and once the split happened, it was just kind of, there wasn't any going back to the old way. So they disbanded, and then I kind of went on my own for a good long while until I found the guild I'm in now. And I told the leader right from the start, I told Finn, I said, look, I've had some bad experiences and things, and I really don't want to get into that again, but he sounded pretty solid, so I took a chance, and I'm glad I did. Let's see. not going to want all the way out there. So we're going to kind of bake this in a little bit. Let's we're going to tuck that in just a little because I don't want it flashy stuff. Whoops. I guess I ran out of pieces. Well, we'll leave it like that for now. Yeah, I can understand that, Bones. If you're not really attached, you know, formed any attachments, there's no loyalty there. So it's not like a bad thing. It's understandable, is what it is. Okay, let's see. Can't see the block. Do I have any of those? I got 6 of them. I'll go ahead and gonna need more, but bring that over. Trying to see where that midline is. Gosh, like blind as a bat. Oh, I see what it is. I kind of messed up on the alignment. Silly me. I will fix that shortly. Well, if our guild was recruiting, I would, you know, suggest you hook up with our guild leader and have a chat, but to my knowledge, we are still closed for recruitment, so one of them dillios. Where is the end of this thing? Oh, it's like way down there. I'm like nowhere near where I should be here. Okay. How do I have this fixed? I'm confused. Oh, okay. So it's because of the inset. Just ignore me, I'm like totally doofy here. I'm working this, winging it, and I'm like totally confused at what I've done. So we'll just line up these with this line here. I think if anything, if anyone's watching this, I'm going to confuse them more about what they could do and just ruin it for people. Let's get this, make sure it's centered good. Just those little details that you probably won't ever notice, but no, let's do it. Okay. Did I already clone it? Yes, I did. Put that in back in the crate. Just drag this one over. I'm afraid I won't get it the right height and stuff, and I'm just a zippity doodle with the stairs here. Okay, so where's this one positioned? Looking at the first one, 87, so we'll do this one the same. Of course, it's not going to land right on the one I want. Did for a second. Ugh. Okay, will it work if I just type it? Thank goodness. On PTR, that's not working right. I'll try to type in something and it'll give me something totally different. I'll like type in 3.2 and it'll slap it right on 4.6 for some reason. It's weird. I assume it's just some quirkiness with PTR, but you never know. Let's see. So yeah, keep turning my tool off. Copy, Chrome. Have a guildmate that is going log on, log off, log on, log off. I have my sound down, but it may be doing that little ting noise or whatever it makes when people log in and out. Okay, so got that one. Just a couple more times, I promise. For now. Why did it come in that size? Like totally ignored the size component. Let me try that again. You're still enjoying the game though, right, Bones? Even though you're kind of a guild of 2? Hopefully. Okay, so this was at 87. Oh gosh, don't worry. Get out of that. I think this is my last one that I have in the crates, so I won't be able to do any more until I buy some more. Now, I think Katya says she's got this fixed about it purchasing straight from the vendor, but I don't know. I think she was having problems with it recognizing the identity or something, the ID number or whatever, but so that may be something gone. But I really missed that because I like just being able to clone it straight from the vendor rather than having to buy it first and then so on and so forth. So, dang it, I forgot what I did. Okay, so I need a whistle there. Okay, so I don't need another step up. We're good. Yeah, so that works. Still fairly smooth walk up. It's not that horrible. Yes, I think it's official. Bones is a housing addict. I just bothered to level up my Chua so that I could view houses on the other side. I don't know if I've got the willpower and the gumption to level him up further and try to work on getting some gold so that I can build something on that side. I don't think I'm going to bother with that. But I do have some plans. My current build on my main plot, I'm probably going to go ahead and leave it till the free-to-play transition switches. But I'm building a Shades Eve theme to plot on the PTR at the moment. And I'm going to, fingers crossed, Katya's new add-on will take that whole bit that I've got so far and be able to paste it from one to the other onto live. Save me a little bit of building time. If not, I'm going to be crying because I'm going to have to rebuild everything that I've got there. But once the Shades Eve thing is done, I've got another idea already in mind of what I'd like to do there. It could be that I eventually just do it on an alt spot. I'm not sure. Maybe get rid of the little lake house kind of thing and build something different there. But yeah, that'd be my thing. I think the only thing I have on my Chua's plot right now is he's got a little Chua house, but inside the house is a hamster wheel. That's all he's got. So he can exercise, and that's about it. Poor little Chua. I've neglected him so bad. Okay, so we got the 3 steps there. Three steps here. Man, I can't talk. And yeah, I think that'll work. That'll work there. And then I just need to add 3 more steps here. But I'm gonna have to set this up so that it's inset but not blinky. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more of the long ones. Straight, full pipe, large. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll clone. Uh-oh, my stomach is starting to growl. I had breakfast this morning. I was proud of myself. I actually ate breakfast, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I had a helping of oatmeal. Good stuff for you. I'm going to have to tuck that in a little bit so that doesn't flashy as well. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing here. Weird thing. But yeah, if you build something on the main side, I'll have to come and check it out. I've been meaning to drop by your Bacal plot. I meant to do that yesterday and keep getting sidetracked with other things. But I promise to do that today because I really want to check out the train stuff that you've added. Because I was intrigued by the rail that I could see, but I never could get up there. And I was like, what is that? I need to know what it is. So now I can get a chance to take a closer look and see what you're doing. And I'm excited to see what you add to it because with the expansion and everything, that should be fun. Now I've seen a few trains. I actually built a really dorky one back in, I think it was in beta. Like the wheels were plates and it was really goofy looking. The cars were cardboard boxes and stuff. But I was just trying to, you know, give folks an idea that, you know, there were some weird things that they could make. And then I saw this train that somebody else did, and I was like, wow, that I could never have done that. I'm horrible with mechanical stuff. Yeah, that's kind of how I think of it too. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of an offset here. They're not going to be evenly, just by a hair. But that's just to alleviate the flickering, because it's one of those two things can't occupy the same space kind of thing going on. It just decides that the video stuff doesn't like that. So you have to kind of adjust. Oh, I'm sure you'll come up with plenty of things to add. I mean, we could brainstorm right now and probably come up with a dozen. I mean, because yours is a town, right? It's just, or it's more like a city, because you have the skyscraper there as well, right? Hey, Sith. Yeah, the plots are bigger. Essentially, whatever you have built now, when it comes into free to play, you'll have that, and then like a ring of land all the way around. I wouldn't say it's double the size that it is now, but it's a pretty good upgrade. I know, I thought it was your evil twin. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because the skyscraper, you know, what you need to make a King Kong now. You have to have a little monkey thing crawling up there on the skyscraper, and some planes. Some of those old biplanes or whatever have a few of those in the air trying to shoot him down. That would be funny. Probably not exactly the way you want to go with it. But that come to mind because when I see the skyscraper, I immediately think of King Kong for some reason. Let's see, I don't think I bought any extras of those. Let me check. No, I didn't. So I need straight, full pipe, short. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of those. Dang it. Yeah, I think that would be, that's the hint. That's the clue. The evil cowboy. I'm just going to take another look at, I'm going to have to do another reload starting the bog again. I'm just going to take a look again at how I did this up here. I think I will be extending this flat across here and maybe, I don't know, put a little stand where they sell foam fingers or something. I don't know what I'll put here, but I don't want to extend this, I don't think. Yeah, it's real subtle. So let's see. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4 more, maybe. Let's grab 4 more just in case. Not pipe. Let's hope I do this right this time. For crying out loud. Doesn't want to let me mess with this stuff. There we go. Okay, so cancel that. Bring up Katya's. Pick it again. Copy, clone. Voila. There we go. We'll get it working. Again, it's going to seem like we haven't done squat on this place with my time almost being up and everything, but we've been working. It's just doesn't feel like that way. It worked out pretty good. I think it's about the same on the other end. It's got like a little bit of a gap there. Oops. I like to run. My character gets plenty of exercise. Whereas in real life, I prefer to walk. I do walking around the neighborhood. There's like a 20-minute trek and a 40-minute trek, and I mix it up now and then to kind of just get some different scenery from here and there. I have to. How did I do that? I don't know how I did it. Guess this end is more steps than I thought. Yeah, because okay. I'm goofy. I can't even remember how I set it up before. So I'll need to buy some extra pieces. Because I need some to match this way here. We'll get there. We'll get there. It may take us a while, but let me just make sure this is kind of flush where it's supposed to be. That looks okay. That looks good. Whoa. I don't know, just randomly it forgets the size. Isn't that weird? Never had it do that before. I don't know what it is. Are you at work too, Cowboy? Is everybody that watches this or listens to it at work? I haven't seen Pawn in a while, but I figure because I've been streaming a little later than usual, I've just been missing Pawn because Pawn, I think, usually is heading to bed when they drop by. And I supposedly help them fall asleep. Because, you know, my voice is so lulling, I guess. Oh, crazy thing. I think it has something to do with me standing too close. I think that's what it is. Wigs out. Maybe if I stand off of it. Don't have to go to... Do you like the PvP stuff? I'm not really into that. I get too panicky or whatever. I'm really bad about that. I've done a little bit of PvP with my guild. We had a few like guild only events that we kind of did, but I just get flustered with it. I mean, I already am that way in the game. I like how does that look? It looks weird. I think it's because I have to offset it because of we'll just leave it like that. I get that way anyway, just playing regular combat, you know, just against AI creatures or whatever, but it's worse when I'm playing against other people because, you know, when you're playing a creature, they're just going to stand there. They're kind of retarded. They just stand there and they don't know what to do. They just use their skills in some random order or something, and you kind of know how they're going to do it, you know. But playing another player, that's just bizarre because they like all over the place. And of course, if you get someone that really knows their class really well, they just shred you. I mean, it's just embarrassing. So I kind of avoid it as much as I can because they don't need to see how utterly bad I am at it. Yeah, sorry, links get blocked. If you want, you can send me the link in a message, and I'll post it for you. I thought I had set up my regulars to allow them, but I guess I'm going to have to go through the MooBot setup thingy and check that again. But I could have sworn I'd set you and several others as being able to post links, but it doesn't seem to be working properly because Samson wasn't able to link something the other day. So I'll put that on my to-do list and see if I can get that sorted. But in the meantime, you can just message me and I'll post it for you. Let's see. I'm gonna have to put one here because that's not meeting up right. Because of the offset I had to put in, it's kind of thrown things off a little bit, I think. That looks gappy, but I think that's all right. What requires the queue to pop? I mean, I assume it's just there's not enough people playing or not enough people queuing or something. I don't know. Oh, you're just talking about dungeons. Well, usually we just do ours through the guild for the most part. I know there's some that do a little bit of pugging, but not a whole lot. I think I've... see, did I do it differently on this end? This looks different. Man, this is a long bleacher. How did I line that up before? It looks the same. Why does these ends look funny? I don't get it. Well, yeah, new players, I guess, would have a little tougher, not having the luxury of a guild to kind of support them in that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of guilds out there that would be more than happy to probably take you in and, you know, ease some of that pain. I have a new message. Let me see if I can open it up. Oh, crud. Let me copy that link. Okay, here is the link that Cowboy was trying to send. Yeah, I'm sure the times also have a lot to do with it because it's like my guild. My guild's pretty busy. You know, we're not like a really huge guild, but we have, you know, a lot of members. But like right now, there's like nobody on. I think there was one that was doing some alt hopping a few minutes ago, but most of them are at work or in school, or they just prefer to come and play at night because that's when most people are, you know, out and about. Trying to see better. I guess it's the lighting I have on this spot that's kind of got me messed up here. No, it looks like I'm not really doing anything. I'm just tweaking it a little bit to get it to line up a little better than it was. Okay, so let me count the stairs because I want to make sure I match this right. Awful. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. So I need the same amount on the other side. See if I can do that proper. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more. 2 more. We can do that, I think. We check and see. No, we're out of them. So let's I need 2 more levels, that means 4 more pieces, so straight full pipe port. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my nose is itching again. Whoops. Yeah, it's like me. I don't know what all that stuff means. I imagine it's... I have no clue. It just looks like Greek to me. I'm more one of those, you know, if somebody's got a nifty title or a really cool mount or something, that I can, you know, that's a quick visual to know, hey, they've done something to get that, you know, that kind of thing. Beyond that, it's like, what? Change this a little bit. Okay, something like that. I think I'm totally messing this up. Ah, crud. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, come on. Go this way. Because we love running so much. Fell off. Maybe Cowboy will translate what all of that stuff is. I certainly am clueless about it. There's a few guildies that are really into the PvP, but like I said, I've only messed with it a little bit just to kind of support some of the events we hold, but beyond that, it's like, meh. Just like I did a little bit of that in Guild Wars too, because I think it's really a big aspect of that game is PvP, world PvP and all that, you know, world versus world and all that kind of thing. It was a total mess. It's completely lost most of the time. Like, I don't even like the one, I think it's an adventure or something that's kind of staged like a PvP thing where they have these NPCs come in. I don't know if it's Walatiki something or other where you like do the totems and stuff. Man, I get lost in there. Like, I do what now? So I mostly just follow whoever's leading the stuff and hope that you know, I don't cause us to die or anything. It's like, it's a wonder I raid at all. It really is. Which we did that yesterday. In fact, we've been working on Omna for, I think this will be our 3rd week. And keep in mind, we only raid 2 nights a week. And usually it's different group kind of setup on either of those nights. So it's not the same people going every time. And we're super casual, so it's, you know, I mean, if they let me raid, then, you know, that tells you something. We got it, I think the closest that we've gotten him is 2%. So it's close. We just, we're trying to refine how we handle the 4th phase. But one of the things is we use TS, and I purposely don't talk on that at all. I just use it for listening for instructions and stuff, but if they heard me, oh my gosh, I'm like cursing up a storm and just going into complete panic mode because there's so much going on, and for me it's just like, so it's a wonder I last. But I used to raid in WoW as well, and I did that a little bit more intensively in those days, and I told Finn from the get-go when I joined this guild that I did not want to get back into that. Well, crud, it looks like I need more of those pieces. You get a title at 2.2K rating. Wow, got the world first 2K. That's pretty good. I mean, I would assume that's pretty good. I don't know. I'll say that sounds pretty good. Yeah, but they don't need to hear that on TS. I think I would probably bust a few eardrums if I, and probably, I'm one of those people. It may not seem like it because I'm pretty been behaving for the most part on my stream, not being too colorful in my language. But I'm one of those that, I can go into a bar and the sailors, come out because I've just cursed them up a storm. I get that from my mom. She's the same way. But that's my way of kind of releasing a lot of frustration and everything, rather than hitting something or letting it all fester inside. I just kind of bleep 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 bleep, and then I'm good. But I'm really bad when I'm rating. My husband can hear me, he'll be downstairs watching a movie or something, and he'll know when the rating's going on because I'm just going berserk. And so, yeah, I purposely don't talk on TS. I just listen. Because it's not a pretty sight or sound. And it's not that I'm, cursing up a storm at other players or anything. It's me getting frustrated with me because either I stand in something I'm not supposed to, or I didn't dodge, or That's okay, Mario. Let's see. Did I man, do I have to? Let's see, how many do I got here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, so I just need to extend this out a little bit. I was doing it right and I confused myself again. But yeah, I is a girl. No, I'm not Luigi. Oh gosh. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of masculine or something. I know I don't have one of those Peep Klein voices that you hear some of the gamer girls sporting. You know what I'm talking about? Those ones that sound like a mouse talking and stuff. Oh. I thought you were talking to me. Well, see, I just ruined the whole joke there, I guess. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone for now. Yeah, I guess that's something you can call him. I wouldn't call him that. But I'm not a girly girl. I'm not one of those that don't do the makeup. If I can get away with just wash and let my hair dry, I don't curl it, style it, nothing. I'm very lazy when it comes to that kind of thing. There's medical reasons why I don't wear jewelry and makeup and stuff, but even if that wasn't a factor, I probably still wouldn't, because I think it's unnecessary. Not that I think I'm just naturally beautiful or anything, I don't, but I don't know, it's frivolous stuff. I don't have time to mess with that. I got other things that I want to do rather than spend an hour in front of the mirror. Yeah, something like that, Bones. There's quite a few of them. It's okay with accents and things. I know people, especially on the EU realm, we have players with different accents and stuff, and that I can handle. But some of them really got the nail on the chalkboard sound, and it's kind of hard to stomach sometimes. Especially when they get all giggly and everything, and kind of like, just hush for a little bit. Okay, so there is the kind of basis of our spectator stands. It's going to be a lot of sofas. Wow. So what we'll do is, first we're going to reload. And I'm just going to fill one row of chairs on either side just to kind of get an idea of how it looks. And then we'll stop for today and revisit again later. I may do a little bit of work off, because it's kind of boring just watching me copy paste the same chair for thousands or however many it's going to take. But I'll save some of the better stuff like whatever I decide to add up here and fixing in the sides. And of course, I am considering adding a concession stand, so I'll save that for later for the stream. But how old am I? I am too old. I'm older than I actually am. Does that make sense? No, I'm 44. I'm up there. But I'm young at heart, maybe that counts for something. So let's see. I wanted to test about the space back here. I was kind of worried that you wouldn't be able to walk, so I'm going to have to adjust the spacing of this a little bit. I'm going to put it right up on the edge, and hopefully, oh, yeah, there we go. Well, sort of. I have to move it out even further, I guess. Going to be kind of snug. Because I'm afraid if I've got this overlapping too far, it's going to sandwich even more. And people are just going to have trouble getting through there. I don't want to make these smaller because then it'll seem weird. Maybe it's better if I put the chair up against the back and leave the space on the front. Maybe that'll work. Like so. That way I can walk in the front and there's no trouble with getting kind of squeezed in the space there. I think that'll work. And then just, if my chairs will ever work right, then it should look okay. Let's make sure they're level before we start copying. Looks pretty level, okay. Maybe is that too small? Does that look small on the small side? I'll put it to 8. How's that? Does that look better? Kind of hard to tell, but I'm just kind of checking. I think that'll work. That way the seat's kind of even with the level of the next one. It's not popping over. I think that'll work okay. "13 at heart, huh? I don't know. That's kind of a weird way to phrase it, Bones. I usually just say I'm old enough. But I feel much older than I actually am. I joke with my husband that I already need like a wheelchair and a walker and stuff because I'm one of those that if I'm sitting for too long, like now, I'll go to get up, everything starts cracking and popping and kind of scary and frustrating and funny all at the same time. Okay, so got a bench, sofa bench, and we need a bunch more. So let's see. We actually want the green ones on this side. So let's pop this here. Gonna copy. And we're gonna see if we can get the blue one to show up. Oop, I almost had it. I had it and then I unclicked it. There we go. We'll have the green ones on this side and the blue ones on this side, because this is like the tank side. They're the ones that try to hit into the goal of the healers over here. And so this will be the tank side. Maybe that'll make sense. I don't know. So let's grab a bunch of the sofa green ones. We'll start off with 10 total and see how far that gets us. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to need like double that just to reach all the way to the end. Now, do I want them touching? Space them out a little bit? So many questions, choices, options. You wanted to really crowd up the people, you could have them touching a little bit, but I think we're going to space them out a little. Just not be too... Oh, let's see. Let's try the difference thing. Why is it not letting me syndicate the first time I click it? I don't know. So let's try this again at the way that you're supposed to do it with Katya's thing. So we've got the first one, got it set to 1. We're going to change it to go from 1 to 2. So copy the first one, you clone it, remove it, and then we copy it a second time, right? Place it, then we clone, difference, place, clone, difference, difference, place. See how easy that is? That's like magic. Well, I caught it, but that could be considered a couple of ways, Cowboys, so I didn't want to touch it. Literally or figuratively. It's like awesome. I love that. I wish I was smart enough to use that more regularly in really ideal places. It's perfect if you want to do a staircase, a custom staircase. That's like awesome for this. It's also good for this too, but like this is like magic. Get all the time you save and having to kind of eyeball. How many you got there? How many are we up to? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can do one more and I'll have to buy a few. What do you think? How many more we can fit in there? Probably 4 more, I think. Sofa, green, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clone. Clone. Voila, that's one whole row done. Didn't take all that long, did it? That was pretty good once I figured it out, how I was supposed to do it. A little close on the stairs here, but not too bad. Worked out pretty good, I think. Awesome. See, there's a little bit wider space. If I wanted, I could link them all up and kind of even it up. Do that. I'm waiting for her toolkit to make it so that you link up a group and then you're able to copy the entire thing and just pop it in, and which you kind of can now, but it gets a little tricky for me. So I don't want to do that here. I probably should. Let me see if I can do that. First, I'm going to see. We'll link them all to the first one here. I'm gonna miss one, I think, because I lose count of where I started. See if I can do this. And in her new version, if you have a linked set, supposedly you can just click the parent of the linked group and create the set automatically by using it as your like target decor or something. But as it is now, I think I'll have to individually add each piece. Okay, so did I get all of them? See, now it's not, man. Why isn't it working? Oh, wait a minute. I think the chairs and stuff don't light up purple like the others do. So, see if it moves all of them. I'm pretty sure I missed some. So, did I get all of them? Oh wow, I did. Okay. So, the way the set thing works currently, we'll set it on the first one, and then you click on it and you add it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14. So now all 14 should be in this saved set. This is called the Katia Builder Toolkit. There is a link to where you can learn more about that right in the resources section on my Twitch page. It's close to the bottom of the list. It's an excellent add-on, and she's constantly adding new features and improving those she already has. Like I said, she's got a PTR version out right now that actually I could have just clicked the parent of this linked set and said add link set, and it would just do all of these for me. But at this current version, I have to do it individually. So now, the easiest way to do it currently, it will be different later, but is to take the parent of this one and just move it to where I want it to go, up here. Let's just position this about where we want it to be. Now, I'm hoping that my demonstration here works nicely, because it'll be kind of sad if it doesn't, but we're going to try. And then for it to work, you have to actually purchase the pieces that you need. So we're using the sofa green benches, and we need 14 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, so we have them in the inventory, in the crate. In theory, if I hit the place all button, while this is open, it should build another row right back where I had it. In theory. Fingers crossed it works. If it doesn't, it's my fault. It's not Kadia's add-on. It's just me not doing it right. There we go. It's like magic. I love this thing. So there you go. You have a whole new row. Just pops it in like daisies popping out of the ground. Just awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. So now, again, you'd want to go through the trouble of linking the second setup, moving it out of the way, and then doing another place all. The reason she suggests to do it that way is because if you leave the original set where you have it, and then you do a place all, it will sandwich it all on top of each other, and it's a little harder to pull them out, that kind of thing. It's still possible, I think, but it's just better do it like, you know, move the original out of the way. The only thing I noticed is that this first one has come in at a different size than the rest. So we'll just knock that back down the way it should be. And there you go. That's part of the magic that is Katia's Builder Toolkit add-on. It's a must-have for builders. So let us, I'll go ahead and do this final row on this side, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up today's stream. So let me just start linking these together. So that's one. Five. Eight, 7, 8, 9, 10, last 3, or 2, I should say. So the parent is already in the group. And then again, we just move the whole bunch down out of the way. All right, thanks, Bones. Thanks for dropping by and chatting with us, and I hope you have a good day too. Enjoy your lunch. Okay. So that's the second batch, and then we're just going to open up the sets again, hit place all. Oh, it gave me an error. And that's because I didn't buy them ahead of time. And that would be why. So let me try that again. That's my fault. Again, that's not Katya's, but that will give you an error if you try to place something that you don't have in your vendor, in your crate. So let's go back to the sofas. Green, we need 14 of those. 5, 6, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's pull up her add-on again. I might actually have to go into the add-on thing here and reload that. Again, that's my fault. But notice the sets have cleared. I think it's because of the way I did it. Thankfully, I have this one saved as a linked set, so let's add that back in. It should have remembered it, but it might have just because of the error that I gave it. That's my bad. See, you can't always just go by let's see, we'll just add them one at a time. again, her future version of this is already made it so that I would just have to click the parent and add it all in one click. But this is currently still the younger version, so you have to do it piece by piece. It makes it difficult if you have a build, like a piece of furniture or something that you've made from different pieces, and maybe some of them are kind of hidden or behind. It makes it kind of hard for that. But that's where the linking will be very handy, where she can just have it link it right up. And you just have to click on the parent. Okay. So let's try that again. Hope I did it right this time. So if they're still linked, it should just move it back into the original position. And then in theory, if I hit place all, it should pop them up all right here. There we go. So just keep in mind when you're using it until she's made sure that she's got it sorted differently than the way it is now, that you do have to have the items in your inventory before you can chunk them all down. But how awesomely quick was that? And here I thought we were going to be here all day with putting in the chairs. So the next time we come in with this, I'll probably have already placed the blue side, got them all nicely arranged. Because like I said, it's kind of meh, you don't want to watch that all the time. So I'll probably have that in, and then we'll see about capping off the ends so you don't see that ugly mess of stuff here. And we'll probably cap off these ends as well. We'll go ahead and send these stairs. We just used this as a kind of a guide to how we wanted it, but we'll box this all off so you don't see this weird mess of honeycomb stuff going on. I'll probably add a set of stairs of some sort so people can walk straight up to this rather than having to jump. And then we'll see about adding a snack stand or something. And as I said, right now the other side of this field is pretty much flush with the border of the plot. Really not a whole lot of room here. But I may, once the plot goes into the free-to-play version, when that hits live, this space will open up a good amount. And I think it'll support a mirrored version of these bleachers. But what we'll do is we'll probably like get over here and have a better shot. Have like a partial bleacher here, a partial bleacher here, and then have like a build in a commentator area here. You know, like a little dude sits on the microphone and it's, you know, talking about the game and the players and all that kind of stuff. We'll set one of those up, but that'll come later. For now, I just wanted to give folks a place to be able to kind of come and sit. Not that the chairs are really working right now, but it's the thought that counts, I think. Anywho, I hope you've enjoyed this kind of a preview of things to come. I'm hoping that folks will pick up on the fact that the field is open and available for those that want to give it a try. That is on Jabbit EU Exile side. Unfortunately, I don't have the gumption or desire to put that on to Dominion side, so apologies to any Dominion players that feel left out. But hey, I welcome you to come and take a walk on the dark side and come visit us on the Exile side and give it a try if you want. Again, all of the information about the Wildball game itself, how it works, the skills all the classes can use, a demo of the game in play. So you can watch a demo video of that, and her discussion thread where you can actually leave Katia feedback about your experience if you do get a chance to play on it a bit, where you can ask her questions or make suggestions about things that you'd like to see incorporated, added, changed, or whatever. That's all in my resources section on the Twitch channel page. I have a lot of housing related kind of links there. It's towards the end, but you're welcome to click there, find out more about it. Same way with her Builder Toolkit add-on. I have a link to that as well. So yeah, be sure and check those both out. Definitely some really innovative housing tools and treats. And from what I understand, she's got more coming, so it should be an exciting time. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.